Here at the scene of the crime spree, right behind me.
Strange. Vice Mayor Strange, you'll address her properly. You can kiss my foot. Mr. Lincoln, you're out of order.
FBI, we are asking you to investigate this council. Please look into this council, how they award contracts, the bid process, how they use their positions to benefit their friends and themselves, how they use their positions to attack residents and critics and neighbors and business competition. FBI, will you please look into this?
And I welcome the FBI here. If you notice, Mr. Thompson, with his plea for the FBI and his watchdog group, this city runs the cleanest in this whole county. I guarantee
He was served a federal subpoena this morning.
We did receive a subpoena this morning, and we're going to cooperate 100% with the subpoena.
And most of you who were involved up here, you gaslighted me. You tried to say I was crazy. And now we know that that's not true. And there's a lot of other issues I've been asking about as well.
Well, this morning's city council meeting in Panama City Beach was interesting. I don't think this will be a very long show. Well, they're usually not anyway, but this one won't be very long, but it's going to be packed. And if you haven't seen this yet, it's really incredible. So when I went to the city council meeting in Panama City Beach this morning, I had a few things I wanted to address. Two of the councilmen are terming out. Paul Casto, his 4 years are up. He has signed up to run again. And also Geoff McConnell's 4 years are up, and he has signed up to run again. The election is in April. And right now, Vice Mayor Geoff McConnell is unopposed. He'll just skate right in there. One of the most dishonest, deceitful bullies that you'll ever meet. So they get my attention when they're like that. Now, when he ran for office the first time, I've told you a little bit about this. He ran as a businessman. That was his main thing. People voted for him because he's a businessman. And he said he started up that company, Avian. Well, as soon as he got elected, they parted ways. He was simply a regional manager. That's in his company. A businessman implies that you're signing the back of the checks, right? And he wasn't doing that. So he started his own two companies, and he said that they were government contractor companies, and they went out of business within a year and within 2 years. And so I wanted to know a little bit about that. They haven't answered why his businesses have went out of business. Government contracting business that he's bragged about. Orion and Orion JD3 out of business. Must not have had long-term contracts. I don't know. But I do suspect that that is one way that they move money, is to start up LLCs and not renew them. That's my suspicion. And so I've asked about it. I also brought up the mayor, who was receiving, and he didn't deny it, text messages when they were getting bid proposals from Panhandle Engineering and another company I can't remember, but I say it in the video. Now, when I say he didn't deny it, he didn't deny he was receiving text messages. He said it was just setting the time, right? He was just checking the time. But he was very careful in his answer. He said that he didn't get any city business text messages. Yeah, well, I guess we just have to go on the honor system, right? The city claims that they searched his cell phone. I don't believe them. I just don't. I also bring up something I think you'll find super interesting, and this is where Vice Mayor Geoff McConnell stepped on it today. I mean, I'm going to show you the whole public comments, the whole 3 minutes first, and then I'm going to break down for you how Vice Mayor McConnell just, it's painful. It's painful to watch. And this is what happens when you're dishonest with me in a public forum. I know that you're lying. I know you're being dishonest, and I'm going to get you. So the best thing that they can do, and the reason they don't say jack, is because of this very thing you're about to see right after this. Don't let back pain and neck pain get you down. Find relief at Brown Chiropractic Center on St. Andrews Boulevard in Panama City. Dr. Sherry Brown helps people heal naturally with chiropractic adjustments and deep tissue massage. Call 769-3777.
You want to look good? You want to feel good? Little John's Big and Tall is where it's at. Right across the street from Sky's Pizza Pie, 5700 North Davis Highway. You can find out more online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com. He's also a member of the iTex trading community, where your iTex dollars are welcome.
He sure did, Jesse. He sure did. All right, let's take a look at it. I'll play the full comments first. The end of my comments, again, this is where the city broke the law. They did not have an electrical, they broke the law on many levels, but they did not have an electrical contractor when they put the electronics up at Popeye Park. And that is illegal, and they are going to get popped for that. All right, and they haven't denied that. That's for sure, and they know it. All right, so let's get to the public comments in their entirety, and then we're going to break down where Councilman McConnell stepped on it. All right, let's get to it. All right, here we go. Hello, I'm Bernie Thompson. Did we ever find out why both of Vice Mayor Geoff McConnell's government contracting businesses went out of business so soon? Did we ever find anything out about that, Geoff? Is that a secret?
Please address the staff on city issues.
So city secret.
Please address city issues.
All right. Speaking of secrets, who were you texting during the special meeting when we had the presentations by Panhandle Engineering and by DRMP when they were trying to get the big contract? Who were you texting at that time?
I was keeping track of time.
You weren't receiving text messages.
I have no business city text messages at that time.
So the buzzing up there was not a text message.
No city business at that time.
Okay. I made a public record request for something that definitely should not be a secret, my name. And the first public record request that I made was from 2016 until now, could I get any and all emails that include my name? And it turned out there were nearly 9,000. I see your face, Geoff. There's a lot, aren't there?
That's probably 9,000 emails from you.
Yeah. Well, then why can't I have them?
I'd
Why do I have to pay $14,000 to get 9,000 emails from me?
Yeah.
Do you have an answer for that? Well, Councilman Jarman did. On a couple of occasions, you've recommended that Bernie knows better than this, right? If you just narrow down the scope and don't ask for such a long time, I can get the public records. So I did that. I took your advice finally, right? And so I made a public record request a few days ago. Any and all emails that include my name just for this month, not since 2016, just for this month. There are 177 messages, and the city says, sure, you can have all of the email messages that include your name, but it's going to cost you $241. Now, does that seem reasonable, Mr. John?
Whatever our policy is. Is that our policy?
That's your policy?
The city's.
Yeah. And you think that's a reasonable policy?
That we voted that in, or that has been voted in.
I didn't ask you that. I said, do you think it's reasonable?
I'd have to look at what you're asking.
$241 for any emails, including my name, this month alone is reasonable. Okay, let me move on here. The city has admitted to committing crimes when it built a private park, a city park on private property. Here's why. You needed an electrical contractor for your building official to sign off, and you don't have an electrical contractor. That violates state statute. What are you going to do about that? Is that a secret? All right, thank you.
Thank
you. This was really about This was really about secrets. That was the theme of my 3 minutes. Panama City Beach is secretive because they are violating laws. They are awarding contracts. They're bid rigging. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's a good question, Miss Sarah Moon, because he knows I'm being reasonable. But I mean, it's kind of like if you know you're wrong, you can either be mean or have contempt about it. And it's sort of a suppressed contempt that he's showing right now. But I did just what he told me to do, right? He said, don't ask for public records for over a course of 5 years or so. So I asked for public records over the course of a couple of weeks, and it was still $241. Now, I'll tell you this, the city is, I can't believe they're doing it. It's going to be so painful for them because this is not legal what they're doing. They think it's legal because they passed a resolution to charge this amount of money. But is it consistent with state statute with open government in Florida? Hell no, it's not. And I will prove it over the course of time. All right, so let me show you. Let's break down where McConnell tried to be snarky with me, right? So from 2016 until now, the city has nearly 9,000 messages, emails with my name in it. Is that amazing? And so McConnell smarts off trying to be, and you should have seen his face. He thought he really, have you ever met a guy like this who loves to make people uncomfortable, who is a bully, and he thought he had an opportunity to get a big laugh from everybody. And he says, well, it's probably 9,000 emails that you sent. And I said, well, if that's true, then why can't I have them? Why do you have to search for sensitive information in emails I sent the city? Got an answer for that, Geoff? And man, he was you talk about getting wrecked immediately. He was so embarrassed. I'll show you his face. But then when I sat down, he tried to be really tough. You won't believe the laugh and the smirk and the what's up he gave me. I got it on video, and I'm gonna show it to you. So now let's break down when Geoff McConnell really stepped on it right after this.
Hand caught in the cookie jar? Sometimes bad habits continue even into adulthood. I'm El Saulene, 850-215-0628. Let me help you.
You want to look good? You want to feel good? Little John's Big and Tall is where it's at. Right across the street from Sky's Pizza Pie, 5700 North Davis Highway. You can find out more online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com. He's also a member of the iTex trading community, where your iTex dollars are welcome.
If you haven't seen this one yet, this has different camera angles. Watch Geoff McConnell try to be snarky with me and just get absolutely wrecked. Hello, I'm Bernie Thompson. I've made a public record request for something that definitely should not be a secret, my name. And the first public record request that I made was from 2016 until now, could I get any and all emails that include my name? And it turned out there were nearly 9,000. I see your face, Geoff. There's a lot, aren't there?
That's probably 9,000 emails from you.
Yeah. Well, then why can't I have them? Why do I have to pay $14,000 to get 9,000 emails from me? Do you have an answer for that? Well, Councilman Jarman did. On a couple of occasions, you recommended that Bernie knows better than this, right? If you just narrow down the scope and don't ask for such a long time, I can get the public record.
And then in regards to public records, you got to be more specific. Know what you're asking for.
So I did that. I took your advice finally, right? And so I made a public record request a few days ago. Any and all emails that include my name
just for this month, not since 2016, just for this month, there are 177 messages, and the city says, sure, you can have all of the email messages that include your name, but it's going to cost you $241. Now, does that seem reasonable, Mr. Chairman?
Whatever our policy is. Is that our policy?
That's your policy?
The city's.
Yeah. And you think that's a reasonable policy?
We voted that in, or that has been voted in.
I didn't ask you that. I said, do you think it's reasonable?
I'd have to look at what you're asking.
$241 for any emails, including my name, this month alone is reasonable. Okay, let me move on here. And it turned out they were nearly 9,000. I see your face, Geoff. There's a lot, aren't there?
That's probably 9,000 emails from you.
Yeah. Well, then why can't I have them? Why do I have to pay $14,000 to get 9,000 emails from me? Do you have an answer for that? Well,
Did you catch that? What do you make of that? This guy is running unopposed. This is how cocky they are after they have been subpoenaed by the FBI in 2019, August 2019, and it's been 2.5 years. And the FBI has not, at this point, put any of them in cuffs. So they believe that I guess they believe if anything was going to happen, it would have already happened. And so they're getting a little bit of their cockiness back. But this is the situation with local governments around the country. Geoff McConnell lives in Ward 3. He represents Ward 3. Okay. And nobody's going to run against him. There's like 2 weeks left for somebody to throw their hat in it and run against him. And he'll get the money. Last time he got nearly $50,000, which was a record because the St. Joe company wanted him in there and not me. And so he didn't have to raise any money. It was given to him. It was put into his account for him. And let's watch the cockiness again. This is why I go at him. This is why I base my approach on what Will Rogers said. Will Rogers said, I never picked on a little guy, just big people. And councilmen are pretty big. Stop. Don't. You know what I'm saying, okay? And I only pick on elected officials who are corrupt as hell and who are bullies. Some of them are corrupt as hell, but they don't bully people, so they don't get my attention. This guy, this is how he treats people. This little glimpse that you got right there, that's how he treats people. He can't treat me that way. And it makes him insane. All right, so let's watch this last part again because I think it's super interesting. You ready?
This month alone is reasonable. Okay, let me move on here. And it turned out they were nearly 9,000. I see your face, Geoff. There's a lot, aren't there?
That's probably 9,000 emails from you.
Yeah. Well, then why can't I have them? Why do I have to pay $14,000 to get 9,000 emails from me? Do you have an answer for that? Well,
This is the third time I've done that. Oh my God. So what I was telling you is that's how they act. It's $1.36 a page. And it's not for printed copies. If you say, well, Bernie, it's 15 cents a copy. No, it's not 15 cents a copy because I'm not asking for papers. I'm asking for digital copies. They say it costs $1.36 to scan every email looking for sensitive information. Do you hear me? To get a public record from Panama City Beach, if it's an email, they say that it's $1.36 a page to scan it for sensitive information. Now, do you think that falls in line with state statute and open government laws in Florida? Now, whether or not the FBI does anything about this is one thing, but they will be held accountable for the public records violations by me. All right, that's coming down the pike because what they're doing is highly illegal. $241 for 177 pages where my name, I simply asked for the one term, Bernie. That's it. 177 emails include the term Bernie. And McConnell wants to smart off and say, well, it's probably all your emails. He thought he was going to get a big laugh out of that. This is like the story of Geoff and me over the last 4 years. Is he tries the shit he pulls on other people, and he absolutely can't do it with me. And none of you should put up with this from this guy. This guy is a wannabe bully. And bullies in these positions need to be stood up to the right way. See, I'm passionate, but I'm never rude with them up there. On my show, I give them nicknames if they're bullies and crooks. But I don't act that way there because I believe that we should comport ourselves according to the environment that we're in, right? This is a show. Now, if I say something, I'll prove it, right? I don't just have opinions, right? My opinions are based on what you see. But we can't even see what they see because they hide it. Do you notice that when they run for office and they always say, don't they? They always say when they campaign that they want to bring public trust. And the first thing they do is hide public records. Now, again, they're going to be held accountable for this. And that's just well, I'll tell you more about that soon enough. All right. Sorry about the mute button. Damn it. I will, I'm going to go ahead and check out. I'm going to clock out. But before I do clock out, I hope if you like what I'm doing that you'll consider supporting my work. And you can do that by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Bernie Thompson. It's just like giving a tip every month. As little as $5 a month. That's one way I survive is with patrons. And it is anonymous. Nobody knows if you're a patron. And it's easy and you can quit at any time. Patreon.com/Bernie Thompson. I sure would, I sure could use the help. Thank you so much. And I'm going to sign out. Also want to thank my sponsors to include this one right here, The Unknown Patriot. That's from The Gong Show. Who remembers The Unknown Comic? You made him The Unknown Patriot. Thank you so much. All right, I'm out. I will see you back here soon.